The return of Trump. A look back at the trade wars. The era of Donald Trump was marked by a series of unprecedented events that shook the global economy to its core. From his fiery speeches to his controversial policies, Trump left an indelible mark on the world stage. It feels like just yesterday that Donald Trump was dominating headlines. His name was on every front page, his face on every screen. The media couldn't get enough of him, and neither could the public. Whether you loved him or hated him, you couldn't ignore him. Oh right, because he never really went away. Even after leaving office, Trump continued to be a polarizing figure, making headlines with his every move. His influence on the political landscape remained strong, and his presence was felt in every corner of the country. But in a stunning turn of events, his own preferred network, Fox News, seems to be turning on him. The once unwavering support from the network has started to wane, as they now question his decisions and policies more critically. The reason? A staggering $6.4 trillion market crash, fueled by Trump's relentless trade wars. These trade wars, which were meant to bolster American economic dominance, instead led to widespread financial instability and uncertainty. Remember those? The trade wars were a hallmark of Trump's first term, characterized by aggressive tariffs and retaliatory measures. They disrupted global supply chains and strained relationships with key trading partners. Trump's return to the White House in 2024 was supposed to herald a new era of American dominance. Supporters believed that his bold approach would once again put America first, revitalizing the economy and restoring national pride. Instead, it feels like we're back in 2018, with tariffs flying faster than angry tweets from a certain someone's phone. The trade wars have reignited, and the economic fallout is being felt across the globe. Except this time, the stakes are even higher. The global economy is more interconnected than ever, and the repercussions of these trade wars are far-reaching. Countries are scrambling to adapt to the new economic landscape, and businesses are facing unprecedented challenges. The global economy, still reeling from the pandemic and various other crises, is now teetering on the brink. The pandemic left a trail of economic devastation, and the recovery has been slow and uneven. Now, the renewed trade wars threaten to undo the progress that has been made. And at the center of it all is Trump, seemingly determined to prove that his trade war playbook wasn't just a first-term blunder. He believes that his approach is the key to securing America's future, despite the mounting evidence to the contrary. Buckle up, folks, because things are about to get bumpy. The road ahead is uncertain and the stakes have never been higher. As the world watches and waits, one thing is clear. The impact of Trump's trade wars will be felt for years to come. The tariffs that shook the world, from steel to soybeans. This is a story of economic policies that have rippled through industries and affected lives across the globe. From the bustling ports where goods are exchanged, to the quiet farmlands where crops are grown, tariffs have left their mark. So what exactly are these tariffs that have everyone so riled up? Tariffs are essentially taxes imposed by a government on goods and services imported from other countries. They are meant to make imported goods more expensive, thereby encouraging consumers to buy domestically produced items. But the reality is far more complex. In a nutshell, they're taxes on imported goods. These taxes can vary widely depending on the type of product and the country of origin. For example, a tariff on steel might be different from a tariff on soybeans. The idea is to protect domestic industries from foreign competition, but the effects can be far-reaching. Trump slapped them on everything from Chinese electronics to Canadian lumber, claiming it would protect American jobs and punish unfair trade practices. His administration argued that these tariffs would level the playing field for American workers and industries, which they believed had been disadvantaged by unfair trade deals and practices. The problem is, tariffs rarely work that way in the real world. While the intention might be to protect domestic jobs and industries, the actual outcome is often quite different. Tariffs can lead to higher costs for businesses that rely on imported materials, which in turn can result in higher prices for consumers. Sure, they might give a temporary boost to some domestic industries like steel manufacturing or agriculture. For instance, American steel mills might see a surge in demand as foreign steel becomes more expensive. Similarly, soybean farmers might benefit if foreign soybeans are taxed heavily. But they also drive up prices for consumers and hurt businesses that rely on imported goods. Small businesses in particular can struggle to absorb these additional costs, leading to higher prices for everyday items. This can make it harder for consumers to afford the goods they need, from electronics to groceries. Remember those sky-high washing machine prices a few years back? That was a direct result of tariffs on imported steel and aluminum, which are key components in many household appliances. The increased costs were passed on to consumers, leading to sticker shock in appliance stores across the country. You can thank Trump's tariffs for that. The impact was felt not just in the price of washing machines but in a wide range of products that use steel and aluminum. From cars to canned goods, the ripple effects of these tariffs were widespread. And the pain wasn't just felt in American wallets. The tariffs sparked a series of retaliatory measures from other countries, leading to a tit-for-tat trade war. Countries targeted by the tariffs retaliated with their own levies, sparking a global trade war that hurt everyone involved. This escalation affected global supply chains and led to increased costs for businesses and consumers worldwide. Countries targeted by the tariffs retaliated with their own levies, sparking a global trade war that hurt everyone involved. Diplomatic relations became strained as countries imposed their own tariffs in response, leading to a cycle of retaliation that disrupted international trade and economic stability. Fast forward to 2025, and Trump's at it again. Despite the lessons learned from the previous trade wars, the administration has decided to double down on its tariff strategy. This time he's gone even further, imposing a blanket 10% tariff on all imports. The move has been met with widespread criticism from economists and business leaders who fear the long-term consequences. This time he's gone even further, imposing a blanket 10% tariff on all imports. The implications of such a sweeping policy are vast, affecting everything from consumer electronics to everyday groceries. Businesses are bracing for impact, and consumers are likely to see higher prices across the board. The message is clear: America first, and everyone else can fend for themselves. This protectionist stance has significant implications for international relations and global trade. As countries navigate this new landscape, the long-term effects of these tariffs will continue to unfold, shaping the future of global commerce. Cracks in the facade. Fox News starts to question Trump. For years, Fox News was seen as an unwavering cheerleader for all things Trump. But the recent market turmoil seems to have shaken even the most ardent supporters within the network. Maria Bartiromo, once a staunch defender of Trump's economic policies, has publicly acknowledged the potential for the tariffs to trigger a recession. A stark contrast to her previous optimism. Even Sean Hannity, often considered Trump's biggest media ally, has been noticeably quiet on the issue, choosing to focus on other topics in recent broadcasts. The silence is deafening. It's one thing for liberal critics to slam Trump's policies, but when the chorus of disapproval starts coming from his own camp, you know things are bad. Is this the beginning of the end for the Trump-Fox News love affair? Only time will tell. Section 4. The $6.4 trillion earthquake. When markets turn on Trump, the stock market is a fickle beast. It thrives on confidence and predictability, and any disruption can send it into a tailspin. Investors, traders, and financial analysts all keep a close eye on every piece of news, every economic indicator, and every political move that could impact the market's stability. It can be swayed by whispers, rumors, and yes, even presidential tweets. In today's digital age, a single tweet from the president can send shockwaves through the financial world, causing stocks to rise or fall within minutes. This unprecedented level of influence has made the market more volatile than ever. But one thing is for sure, it hates uncertainty. Uncertainty breeds fear, and fear leads to panic selling. When investors are unsure about the future, they tend to pull their money out of the market, leading to sharp declines in stock prices. This is exactly what happened when Trump announced his latest round of tariffs. And that's precisely what Trump has created with his latest round of tariffs. By imposing tariffs on a wide range of goods, he has introduced a significant amount of uncertainty into the market. Businesses are unsure about the future costs of their supplies, and consumers are worried about rising prices. The initial reaction was swift and brutal. The market does not take kindly to surprises, especially those that could have far-reaching economic consequences. The announcement of the tariffs sent shockwaves through the financial world, leading to a massive sell-off. The Dow Jones plunged over 1,000 points on the day the tariffs were announced, wiping out trillions in market value. This dramatic drop was a clear indication of the market's lack of confidence in the new policy. Investors were spooked, and the sell-off was relentless. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq followed suit, painting a bleak picture of investor confidence. The broad-based decline affected nearly every sector from technology to manufacturing, highlighting the widespread impact of the tariffs. It wasn't just a few companies that were affected, the entire market felt the pain, but the real damage is happening beneath the surface. Businesses are delaying investments, unsure of what the future holds. This hesitation to invest in new projects or expand operations can have long-term consequences for economic growth. When businesses hold back, it affects jobs, wages, and overall economic activity. Consumers are holding back on spending, worried about the potential for higher prices and economic instability. When consumers tighten their belts, it leads to lower sales for businesses, which in turn can lead to layoffs and further economic decline. The ripple effects of reduced consumer spending can be felt throughout the economy, and the threat of a global recession looms large. The interconnected nature of the global economy means that the impact of the tariffs is not limited to the United States. Other countries are also feeling the effects, leading to a slowdown in global trade and economic activity. The fear of a global recession is real and growing. The $6.4 trillion figure might grab the headlines, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. The true cost of Trump's trade wars is far greater and will be felt for years to come. The long-term impact on businesses, consumers, and the global economy is still unfolding, and the full extent of the damage is yet to be seen. The uncertainty created by these policies has shaken the very foundation of the market, and it will take time for confidence to be restored. In the meantime, businesses and consumers alike are left to navigate the choppy waters of an unpredictable economic landscape. Section 5. Jesse Watters breaks rank, a middle finger to the world. While some Fox News personalities have been noticeably quiet on the issue of tariffs, Jesse Watters has taken a decidedly different approach. In a recent segment on The Five, Watters didn't hold back, calling Trump's decision to play golf amidst the market meltdown a middle finger to the world. This wasn't just some off-the-cuff remark. Watters, who has a history of defending Trump, even admitted he wouldn't be so forgiving if Biden had pulled the same stunt. "If this was Biden out there playing golf while the market's tanking, we'd be going nuts," Watters said. "We'd be calling for his resignation." It's a powerful statement, and one that highlights the growing unease within Fox News over Trump's leadership. Even those who once stood by him are starting to question his judgment and his priorities.